Welcome everybody to the semifinals of PMA LCS Lower League tonight, featuring the men of Four Top and GGEZ. I am Diamondback, your commentator tonight, along with Kevin, who is going to be doing some color for us, and Nature Dan, who is going to be streaming along with us. We are just getting started now. I'm not sure if you guys can see draft up on your screen right now, as we're just getting started, but draft has begun. Let me see.
Pretty standard
Yep.
bans. Out of four tops, you got Oriana against Mueg Boy, Silas is against Mueg Boy, and Quadratic. And Kennen definitely a Quadratic ban.
Obviously, an interesting storyline here in the mid lane with Stormyon no longer a part of the GGEZ team, replaced with their coach, Mew Eggboy, who isn't traditionally a mid laner, but is incredibly good at the position. We played against him last week. Saw some incredible games out of him where he truly dominated us left, right, and center. And there is, from GGEZ, a pick that I hate seeing anytime Evan plays it, but the Swain pick, likely going top lane to Quadratic. And obviously coming out from Four Tops, this dominant bot that we've been seeing really all over the place with no karma bans. It is possible for them to play the karma support. I'm not sure if that's something that they have in their arsenal, but Ezreal, one of the most dominant ADCs in the game right now, was a solid pick from GGEZ last week. They played it in 2 of their 3 games. And was played incredibly well by Gunji. So maybe a takeaway, or maybe something they just feel confident with Four Tops. Nautilus coming out as well, a good gap closer in the bot lane. Obviously, hard CC, a pretty standard pick in PMA. It'll be interesting to see what they take here for the jungle. No, they probably would top lane. Kled, this was a pick that we've seen a couple of times this year on a Necro guy. Truly a lame bully up there in top, looking to maybe sort of look at a duo or a battle in the top lane here between the Swain and the Kled. The likely matchup that we think we're going to see as we wait to see what GGEZ picks up with their last pick of first phase. Kevin, what are your early thoughts on these picks?
I think Kled is a massive counter to Swain. According to Lolalytics, Kled has a 56% win rate on Swain this patch.
And obviously, we're seeing the Rel come out here as well. Pretty strong pick in the current meta. It's a favorite of a lot of the pro players. Uh, Again, just hard CC. These are not necessarily, the Swain and Kled picks are a little out there, to say the least. But these 2 players play them confidently. But the rest of the draft so far that we're seeing is pretty standard. Galio ban coming out from GGEZ, likely trying to avoid that in mid, and the Viego ban coming out from Four Tops. Probably targeting, again, mid laner Mew Eggboy, who has put in some consistent gameplay on Viego in the last couple weeks, particularly in solo queue. As we continue to look for the red side bans, we're waiting to see, even if there's a hover. 10 seconds left on that selection. They are still looking for their jungle, and they are looking for a mid laner. They ban Olaf here, trying to keep a good pick off of the 4 top jungle. That's a pick that also is getting buffed in the next patch, maybe something to keep an eye on going forward. Blue looking for their last ban. Blue side is trying to target out a mid and a jungle as well. So far, pretty solid draft, I think, from both of these guys. A little combination of comfort and meta, which I really like. And we're going to see a Vlad ban.
I suspect a jungle pick here. That way you can get guaranteed counter pick for your mid laner.
So we will be looking to see if Flydra is correct about that. Nothing hovered quite yet. I really like these comps. I think there's a good bit of CC so far, a good bit of engage. Sort of so far, it looks like we're going to get a slobber knocker match, the kind of game that has a lot of fighting, a lot of engage, and way too much brawling. There's the Volibear pick, likely going jungle. I don't think that is a mid pick at all. And that is something that we've seen out of GGEZ and Gare Bear a handful of times this season. A pretty standard pick, something we see a lot in PMLCS, and is a good sort of do-it-all jungler that can manage a lot of the workload for the team throughout the game. It can play a pivotal role in pushing early leads and also taking damage the later the game goes on. See a Ziggs play coming out here, something that you would know quite a bit about, Flydra. Likely, maybe that's a mid pick there.
You want to try to kill
That we're looking at, and we are waiting to see a jungler. What are your thoughts on the Ziggs pick in this comp?
Well, Ziggs in general is really strong with the 20 damage buff to Q at all ranks. It feels so good. Wave clearing is instantaneous as a Nami pick comes out.
Nami pick, interesting selection there. That could be a Nautilus jungle then. In fact, I think that is a Nautilus jungle. I don't know if that has been played in PMA LCS yet, but
It has. It was
in
against us and they 2-0'd us on it.
spicy. Well, Nautilus jungle, obviously got buffed in either last patch or the patch before. Is incredibly well. The damage on the E is ridiculous, and God help us all, Seraphine has
Seraphine.
been locked. The menace of PMA LCS lower league, the menace of my life, the reason why I hate playing blue side because I have to ban it, or I hate playing red side because I have to ban Seraphine, comes out as their mid laner. Pretty interesting comps. I like what we're seeing here. I think, four tops playing a little less standard. I think the Nautilus jungle is bold with the Nami support. Um, and there's no, I mean, in my opinion, I don't think there's legitimate DPS, but there's a lot of burst. I think on the other side, you're looking at a pretty standard comp, especially a standard comp for this team. GGEZ has played a lot of games that look sort of something like this. So we're interested to see how that ends up working out going forward.
I think a lot of GGEZ's success this game will hinge on Gunji's play on this Jinx, who he's shown to put 800 plus damage a minute games in on this split, and I think they can ride it to a win.
Absolutely. I think I look at this comp and it's, I'll speak to the games that we played against both of these teams. We obviously played four tops early in the season. Uh, you know, their team has really evolved throughout the year. It's been incredibly impressive, maybe surpassing, not maybe, they have surpassed many of the expectations that a lot of people had for them this year. Uh, and just playing consistent games, having a pretty good macro and walking games into the finish line. With GGEZ, I think personally, especially when you see the Swain pick come out, this team can kind of live and die by that pick. Um, you know, Quadratic can make or break games. Sometimes getting up to 40k damage in some of these games. I mean, it's just ridiculous what he's capable of doing on his comfort picks. Uh, and you've got the incredible macro of Gunji. He's a coach. He's got an incredible sense for the game. And certainly he's a player with a brain well above what his rank would suggest. I think this is going to be a really big battle of the macro. I think you're going to see a lot of contesting around dragons, a lot of, well ignored dragons, and just intelligent play. So strap in for what is shaping up to be a battle of the minds between these two teams, playing things that they love to play. So we are just finishing up here, getting into draft right now. Let's talk about predictions. Let's see what we're gonna get. Let's do prediction for the series, and then let's do predictions for this game. So initially, I'm gonna come out with a little bit of a surprise here. I think GGEZ is going to win this 2-1. The series is going to be a 2-1 for them. Just something about the resilience in that team has me feeling like there might be an upset. I think on paper, GGEZ would be the upset if they were to take down Four Tops, who was the number 1 seed coming into the playoffs and one of the most dominant teams outside of GDN this year. Yeah, I don't know. I've got this gut feeling that maybe GGEZ is going to pull out something pretty amazing here tonight. And I do think this first game goes over to GGEZ. I like the comp. I think it works well. I think it balances meta and comfort. We're going to see how it goes.
I think Kled ulting into a Seraphine is a terrifying prospect. I think that, like you said, I agree. GGEZ takes game 1. Ooh, series prediction. I think I'll just be spicy and go 2-1 the other way. It's not really spicy because they're the number 1 seed, but since you've already picked GGEZ, I'll play a little devil's advocate.
Fair enough.
So they're gonna reverse sweep is my prediction.
All right. Reverse sweep. I like it. A little spicy pick there.
Let me get the casino going.
Yeah, casinos. It isn't PMA LCS without a casino. Obviously, we're waiting to get through PickBam right now as they're doing tournament drafting client now. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about Kled ulti in the Seraphine. That actually is pain. That is pain. I don't even want to think about what that looks like. Wow. Yeah, incredible right there. Let's look at chat. I know we've got our boy Hoagie in chat right now. I got 14 people watching. Any questions from chat going into this game? Anybody want to say anything? So Hoagie says Nautilus jungle bathwater. I don't know about all that.
Oh, well,
BGN.
bathwater's for the Seraphine, and Nautilus
Oh,
Jungle is
okay.
obviously.
I don't want that. No bathwaters in chat. If we can avoid that kind of there's a word that I'm not allowed to use on Twitch. But it's a verb. Um let's not.
Rhymes with
Uh
limpage.
yeah. Yeah. Pain. I'm happy to see as well that both teams are able to play with their full rosters, quote unquote, air quotes, for the mid lane on GGEZ, but I'm happy that they were able to work out their week so they could get these games in with their entire squads. Obviously, that's something you love to see. Uh, Excited even on this late night to be getting some good games in. Diamond Hands Tambo is all in. Yes, Diamond Hand Tambo is all in. He's in my living room currently ill.
Oh,
So Monka, can we get a Monka in chat for Tambo? Feeling a little sleepy. Tambo's flight got canceled this week. He's been hanging out with me for basically a month now. It has been almost a month. His flight was canceled, and I said you don't get to leave for another week. So that has been a lovely week. Who wins game one? I want to predict. Is it cheating if I no, it's not. It's not doing anything. I can
no.
gamble. Who wins game one? Predict. I'm putting all my points behind GGEZ. I don't care. This is
Hope
fake money
we did before
anyways.
we cast or curse them.
It is what it is. Just be better than me. Just be better, foreheads.
Chat's all about the four top.
Chat can be all about the four tops, but when I take all your channel points, don't come crying. Lots of things you can buy as we start loading into this game. Getting very
In
excited.
3 minutes.
In 3 minutes. Yeah. Well,
I don't think
the
I've ever
world's not
seen.
perfect.
I don't think I've ever seen Fleeing Panda play Ziggs. That'll be a new one. And obviously, Ezreal is incredibly strong right now.
Yeah, I really love Ezreal. I mean, I know that there are some changes coming to Sunder next patch, but I think LCS and League is a better game when Ezreal is viable. That might just be my humble opinion.
I find it really interesting. It feels like Ezreal just gets like like a broken build somewhere, right? And then League is like,
Yeah.
uh-oh, and then just slaps it, and they're like, Ezreal can't be relevant now. And then like 2 months later, it's like, oh, Ezreal's relevant again. It's been that way since
Yeah.
season 2, I feel.
I as someone who's like more recent to the game, who's like I started playing in 8, I think, season 8, season 9, something like that. Um it it feels like he goes through these like ebbs and flows, right? Like it's he'll be really good for a little bit and then he's out of it for a little bit. He's really good again and back in it. I remember the feeling when Yumi came out and
Oh,
just like when people were realizing how disgusting that would be and it had nothing to do with the chant. I remember reading this whole thing about how they had to nerf Yumi to like indirectly nerf Ezreal. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, I'm a big Ezreal fan. I'm trying to find these patch notes to tell you what the debuff is on Sunder and this one. Here we go, I found them. Just before we load in, we got a minute and 13 to talk about things that don't matter. Um
I don't know how I feel about like the all-inness of Kled Nautilus versus like the kind of wanting to
Spooky.
sit back with Ziggs, Ezreal, Nami.
Yeah, I would feel like oh wait, here's the thing on Sunder really quick. Damage 12, max HP 12, HP 9, melee range. Okay, so it's not really anything that big. Yeah, I was thinking about it a second ago. I would feel a lot better about that if they had like an ADC like a Jinx, right? Or like an Ashe. Like Something that's
Tristana.
going to just unload. Yeah, Tristana. Something that's going to just unload damage consistently over and over and over again. But yeah, I don't see that in this comp. Like, what happens when you drop sort of like the entire Ziggs rotation or Ezreal gets zoned a little bit to the side? It's not like Ezreal autos do a lot of damage. I mean, his Q's up every 3 seconds, but I don't know. It'll be an interesting thing to watch play out this game, and obviously how much synergy there's going to be between Nautilus and Nami and Kled, really, whenever Necro decides he's tired of top lane and wants to go be a Kled mid lane. We'll see what happens. But we are loading into the game here. Excited to get this one underway. Also, Kevin, thanks for joining us. I know you played a big game today. Congrats, by the way, on your advancing to finals in GDN as we load into this one. Big series tonight. So big ups to you. Obviously, some amazing skins here. Oh my god, dude. 4 top wins on skins alone. Jeez. All right, so we're gonna do a pause at 10.
I do have to say, not playing Master Arcanist Ziggs, that's kind of disappointing to me. That's my favorite Ziggs skin.
But water balloons.
Water balloons are kind of fun. We got legendary Team Foreskin out of GGEZ. I feel like yes.
Oh, nice.
Sounds good.
Good to know. All right, so we will pause at 10 seconds. All of us, once we are loaded in. Please don't tell me my client is bugging.
I'm just stuck at 0 seconds.
Yeah, I'm stuck at 0 seconds too.
Maybe we just loaded faster than them. Maybe we just have better computers.
Yeah, we're actually in the game and they're not. Oh, there we go. We're in the future. Alright, pausing at 10. Alright, I'm paused.
Okay. Count us down.
Yep, 3, 2, 1. Alright, and we are underway, y'all. Welcome to the semifinals. We are seeing a pings coming out for what looks like a 5-point from 4 tops and a bottom. On the other side, we are seeing what looks to be a match of that 5-point start. Doesn't look like either of these comps really want to do much other than posture and maybe throw some emotes. Oh, a little nice little Q proc there from Garfield Juice on the Ezreal. I have to check really quickly. Did he start tier? No, that is not a tier start for him.
Kind of surprising.
I think it's interesting. I have never really also wait, how do I get this up? There we go. Yeah, I was playing Ezreal for a little bit before, and there's this like great debate of do you go tier first or do you go or sword first, and it's just I think the prevailing thought is that you should get an early back on Ezreal anyways. And so you should be able to just pick up the tier. Mastery Flash is coming out in mid lane here from Coach Eggboy on Seraphine, that disgusting champion. Blue side start here for 4 tops with Guy Fieric and Necro Guy standing on top of the blue buff.
Ezreal does have mana flow bland, so 25 mana out of that early trade.
Yes. And just a little bit of trading going on early here in bot lane. A lot of trading, honestly, from a lane like that. Some good play there. Keith, not necessarily known for his Nami play on Hodor Nation, but good to see him growing throughout the year and adding more champs to his pool. Gunji getting chunked pretty low here by the Qs from Garfield Juice. Continuing to just trade on these minions. Not much else coming of it, though. A lot of poke. We move up into top lane. A little bit of trading as well. But right back down to bot lane where it seems to be most of the action is going to be. I was concerned that my directed camera wasn't working. Level 2 advantage here for red side, but they are not going to be able to really posture off of those back minions. Ezreal obviously getting poked in by the Jinx here, something that is to be expected in this lane. Well, early on in the game, we see Gunji getting chunked out, and obviously what we know that they may not know is that the jungler will be pathing towards the bot side, setting up maybe a sneaky opportunity for a gank in bot lane for 4 tops and a bottom. No vision down over that way yet from the red side. Something to keep an eye on. One of the things that I love watching, especially when I'm commentating on these games like this, is early vision. You know, early game can be decided by who's placed a better ward. And that ward for the bot side of the map goes up towards, I don't even know what that bush is called. There's a word for this. Some trading going on up here in top between the Swain and Kled. There's going to be a little bit of back and forth, but they are going to back off of it. Lots of minion damage. Obviously, top lane, all about stacking these waves and trying to fight in your own minion waves. Nautilus paddling down towards his Krugs. He's going to pick up red. That looks like a full clear out of him. Same from Volibear is moving towards the scuttle without going to Krugs, so it's a 5 camp clear versus a full clear in the works for both of these teams. Trading continuing to go on. Swain is getting close to knocking Kled off of his Scarl, but that is not going to come to fruition quite yet with the Volibear looking into the enemy jungle to try and figure out some information. He's going to find out that he is not there, hopefully alerting bot lane to that development as Nautilus starts to path down for a gank.
Yeah, we see Gunji and Jokul backing off a little bit. They're still being close to the wave, but we see them running away now.
Poke coming down, but obviously with the Nautilus showing on that river bush, it is going to be difficult for him to really get in there very quickly. There was good positioning there from Gunji and Jokul Bremer in lane. A mighty force down there in the bot lane, and like Directed Camera said, it has sort of been a tale of bot lane being mid for the first time in this game as Nautilus hovers around, but he is spotted out as well. Good job from GGEZ not letting him get into these lanes as a Nautilus jungle would like. You want to be in those lanes fighting early, and so far Vision has done a good job of keeping them aware of that ganking possibility. Seeing some more trading coming out, but Garfield Juice is getting low on mana, something that we have to watch throughout the game. Obviously, this build spikes with a Mana Moon add on second item. Nautilus is still hovering down here. Volibear has already taken his first back, picking up Lucidity Boots. Little engage here from Nami. Poke coming down. Rel does a good job to pick up the W from Ezreal. Hook comes in from Guy Fieri, but that is going to miss. We move up to the top lane to see some trading from Necro and Quadratic. Quadratic is going to get pulled in from the Kled. Kled is getting close to losing Scarl, but he's going to back off just in time. Knowledge of the champion prevails, and Necro is going to keep Scarl while Quadratic pops his first corrupting potion.
I think that that trade top lane just goes to show why Kled is such a monster versus Swain with a 56% win rate, I believe I said earlier.
Yeah, that is a really, really good matchup, I think, for Necro, a champ that he is also incredibly comfortable on. He's going to take a back here and reset. It looks like the bot lane is going to try and reset for 4 tops as well, as Jinx and Rel try to push this wave out and maybe take a little bit better aback down here in the bot lane. Volibear is pathing towards bot, maybe looking to get some vision on Dragon. I don't know that there is an actual Dragon angle yet with the bot lane looking to back. Kled is moving back towards top. Now, something to remember is that both of these top laners who can sometimes take Ignite into their lane both have Teleport, so they will both be available to move down to a fight at Dragon if that opportunity arises. This wave is slow pushing back in bot. To go underneath the 4 tops tower. Nautilus continues his march through the top side, trying to get some more farm. Oddly enough, he's been hanging around lanes quite a bit, but has managed to keep up in CS with the Volibear. Dragon angle is coming down here for GGEZ with Gare Bear and Coach Eggboy going after the first Drake. They are going to grab it without a contest. Maybe a little bit of a surprise there. Not a play that I would have necessarily expected them to start with the circumstances of the game, but good for them. They get on the board with the Dragon and push their gold lead just a little more, as well as their stats advantage.
I think that was a very good push by Muegboy. I know Gare Bear is very known for... Oh,
here comes a gank in mid lane. Guy Fieri is going to flash over the wall, put his hook down. There's a stun, but nothing is really going to come of that. Maybe a little bit of a scuffed opportunity there for the boys of 4 top. That was a Hex Flash, I believe. Camera didn't pan up there just in time. But here comes the Kled ulti, trying to get onto Quadratic. Quadratic's going to ult as well. Matching ultis. There's a flash out of Quadratic. He's going to get his stun down. Kled's going to keep going. Scarl is coming down. TP into the top lane. Scarl has fallen. Here comes Guy Fieri with a return, but he is not level 6 yet. Eggboy is going to get a beautiful ulti in Quadratic. Heals, trying to take down Guy Fieri, and he will do so.
What an ult out of Seraphine there.
Yeah, I mean that champ is just incredible. I think it's people call it high budget Sona, the Sona the way God intended Sona to be, and that champ is really wreaking havoc. TP obviously coming in from Kled to get back into top lane. Just an excellent return there from GGEZ, and they're gonna go right back at it again. Ziggs is on the wrong side of this fight with Bear and Coach Eggboy. A flash coming out from Fleeing Panda. Bear still level 5 though, not going to be an ultimate to chase him down. Level 5's in bot lane still. Joe Bremer is poked out a little bit, but Gunji's returning the favor onto the enemy ADC. Maybe we're heading back into another period of stagnation here in this game, but a little bit of chaos here in the first 8 minutes of the game with that series of top plays and TPs.
Dan, can you move champion portraits, please? Sorry, that was a comment from chat. Just hover the scoreboard.
Coming down here in bot lane, Gunji is taking some poke out here, but it's not going to come to anything. Looking for vision up there, the all-important ward in bot lane, keeping them from a really highly volatile ganker in Nautilus, one of the I think the cleanest ganks in the current meta. And they're going to continue to be happy pushing this in. Nautilus is on red buff at the moment. I'm just keeping an eye on here on the gold. Most of these lanes, in fact, all of these lanes except for top, really are incredibly even in their gold share. So far, CS looking pretty even around the board. Heading into this 10-minute mark. Nami ultimate is going to come down along with the Ezreal ultimate, trying to get Gunji low. Not going to be able to happen. Nautilus throws the ulti down on Gunji, who's going to heal. He's going to miss the hook, and that is going to let Gunji walk out, but Joe Bremer is not free yet. He's trying to get towards the wall. He's going to flash over the wall. Ignite comes down. There is no heal on the Jinx, but he's going to walk out with some pots, and even though that gives over a free scuttle to the boys of 4 top, you have to think GGEZ's got to be happy with their escape there.
And like I pointed out earlier, we saw when we flashed top there, we saw Kled with the red buff that was taken away in top jungle.
Gunji is going to get the dive here from Nautilus, maybe overstaying a bit there. Only one tower shot going over to the Nautilus. That is going to be the first kill to the 4 top boys. A little bit of dancing there from Keith in bot lane, and they're going to get a plate as well off of that gank. A good dive there, clean. He did not miss the hook that time. Kled is going to start to push the lead on top as well. Ultimates coming out to match one another. Scarl seems to be keeping Necro in this. A stun comes down from Quadratic. Quadratic pulls him close. It is going to be enough to get Scarl off. The ulti still going on from Quadratic. It's going to be a move here. Confidence in the wave, but a flash out from Necro Guy. Quadratic continues to go. There's a dodge there from the stun ability by Necro Guy. Necro Guy is going to continue in and is going to miss his shot there, but Scarl does come back. Bear is top. He continues to brawl with Quadratic, pulling Quadratic closer with that bear trap. Bear is there to respond, and he's going to pick up Necro Guy coming from the backside. Almost came out of nowhere there. And that is going to be traded kills. Quadratic going down, and Bear returning the favor to Necro Guy. Looked like a pretty good play there from Necro Guy initially. But obviously, the presence of the jungler makes that come back just a little bit.
And the top side minion push was in favor of Quadratic on that, so lots of gold lost for Necro and experience.
Absolutely. Now, a Herald drop is coming in for GGEZ on the red side, likely because that was running out of time. There's going to be another missed hook and bot from Guy, but the ulti comes down. TP coming into the bot lane. Jinx is all but stunned. Ulti comes down from Ezreal. That's going to be the end of Gunji, but let's see what happens here. Quadratic is TP down in the bot lane. Ziggs ulti coming over. Quadratic is trying to walk back. Seems like it might not be a strong fight for them anymore without ulti on Quadratic, but Joe Bremer's going to go back in. Seraphine ulti comes down, hits 2 of them. Nautilus is getting low, but he isn't quite out yet. A missed hook in there, and here comes Gerber to respond. Gerber kills Keith on the back line. Hodor Nation. Garfield Juice is dancing around Joe Bremer. Is going to be able to get the kill on Joe Bremer. Meanwhile, Guy Fieric is getting dove by Gerber. Gerber is going to get the kill. Quadratic is going to kill Garfield Juice on the back side. Coach Eggboy looking for a dive is going to die to turret there. Fleeing Panda just getting out alive and getting a kill. Jinx Rocket coming from across the map is going to kill Fleeing Panda from the base. And that is going to be one hell of a play from GGEZ. A fight that looked to go one way and then the other multiple times turns out in the favor of GGEZ.
Yeah, and GGEZ going to pick up the Infernal Dragon off the back end of this. Really good for them.
What a great TP there from GGEZ, and also a really good understanding of knowing that there was no way Kled was going to be coming in there and playing that fight slow, knowing that help was coming. And just also on the back end, incredible job from Gunji, kiting for as long as he possibly could on that backside, and then having the wherewithal to throw an ult downhill once he came back into the fray. So far, an incredible game, everything we expected. Hook coming in here from the Hex Slash from Guy Fieri. Gunji is going to go down easy enough. Fleeing Panda is going to get the kill on Gunji. Good handoff there from Nautilus to the Ziggs in mid lane.
Gunji's really feeling all the front end CC from this Nautilus Nami combination. Lots of waves, lots of bubbles, lots of hooks. The press R.
Oh yeah.
Point and click R from Nautilus. Gunji's eating it all.
Exactly, and you got to be happy with that in a world where GGEZ really could have seized momentum in that game. Four Tops has found a way to pull a little bit back onto their side. Obviously, the gold almost dead even, but blue team is going to take first turret there, and that is going to push them into the lead. Airbear looking for an opportunity, but the Nami bubble is excellently executed there. Getting a little bit of poke on a Airbear, but just not enough to warrant a full engage from bot side. Also jungler top side, so no need to take a 3v2 down there on the bot side. Kled is posturing around mid after clearing a ward, but he's just going to take a quick recall. Waves pushing in top, and we are hitting a little bit of a lull in the game at the moment.
I do have to say, for someone who plays a lot of engaged champions in Hodor Nation, action.
Yeah, a little bit of a fight down here, though. I don't think it's going to amount to much. A lot of poke, but I think they're going to be cautious to do anything here. Maybe want to slow the pace down of the game. I think that's something that's going to favor GGEZ going forward. Just slowing the pace down and letting Jinx get a lot of gold, letting Seraphine get, to that first mythic. But back to what you're saying there, Kevin, about engaged champs.
Yeah, Hodor Nation is known for a lot of engaged champs, and we've seen that across the season. And I think his Nami bubbles have just been on point this game. For someone who doesn't usually play back, he's actually playing like an enchanter and not playing forward like someone who plays a lot of tanks tends to do.
Absolutely, he has been incredible to this point. Honestly, impressing me. So big ups to the chapter, bro. Hodor Nation, or my buddy Keith. Hopefully he can see this through to the end of this game. Gerber, we catch him cleaning up red buff there, but Kled sort of hovering around the area. Though not a lot of help on the side of Four Tops in case he looks to engage. Bot side, still posturing, still poking, doing what we've been seeing them do all game on this wave that is shoving in. Let's see, let's check some timers on Dragons. 2 minutes to Mountain. So that is going to be 2 minutes to Mountain. And that is Mountain Soul, correct? No, it isn't.
No, Soul Point, though.
No, Soul Point. It is Soul Point. I didn't have the little timer up. Opportunity for maybe some action at a Scuttle Crab that is spawning on bot side. Nautilus looks to be pathing towards that. No pings out yet. There is a ping in bot lane. Maybe looking for a dive angle here. Not sure yet what that may mean, but only the future will tell. There is good vision on bot side, so they may see him coming. A TP coming in a bot from Kled here, and this is going to be a 4, maybe 5 if Zig can get there. Dive by. Here comes the Kled ulti looking in. Likely going to Gunji. A Nami ulti is going to hit too. Kled is going to get onto Gunji, but Gunji is going to flash out. Joko Bremer is going to go down. Gunji is going to go down, and that gank is successful. They are also going to take a turret in bot side and set up Prio in this bot side of the map. An opportunity to set up vision and get ready for this dragon.
We see GGEZ looking to respond with Rift, some mid-turret damage, and you got a back out of Swain to maybe try to contest this dragon fight.
Absolutely, and we're looking at what we were talking about at the beginning of the game, the macro of these two teams coming into fruition. Not so easy to execute play down there in bot side. Taking their second turret in that lane, Herald's going to come down top, so they're going to look to match that on the top side. Ziggs is in mid, farming away. That turret is going to come down, likely going to come down for Gerber in top lane. Nobody seems to be able to match. There is no TP in Kled, so that will go down in top lane, but the posturing around the dragon has started. Kled is going to go and match that Rift Herald, I believe, so it will be 4v4, maybe 4v5 if Gerber gets down there fast enough when things start to happen in these chokes. Four Tops is moving into the jungle of red side. Gunji is going to take a lot of damage from Garfield Juice. There's a dive coming here from Eric, and he's going to just tank that turret until Garfield Juice can finish the job that he started. That's going to be a tough proposition with Gunji out of this fight around the dragon. Four Top starting to seize control of this part of the map.
And we see a lot of the big ultimates, or at least the damage ultimates, coming back for Four Tops. You have the Ezreal,
Absolutely.
the Ziggs, and the Nami ult. Those are all going to be big, and I think Nautilus ult will also even be back for this dragon fight if there is
Absolutely.
one.
And we've just seen this around the dragon a little bit already, but the Ziggs damage coming out on this poke. Blue team has taken down the dragon. They may turn to fight this. Ezreal ult's going to come through the choke. Joko Bremer's going to catch a long hook from Guy Fieric. The ulti coming down from Fieric as well. Fleeing Panda's going to get the kill on Joko Bremer. Maybe caught out a little ahead of his team there, but here's a stun there from Quadratic, but he is too low to really pursue that any further with 5 members of Four Tops in mid lane. Kills have shifted, gold has shifted. This turret looks to be going down, almost inevitable. It is. Evan is going to ult. Quadratic is going to ult in mid lane. That's Azania. Good ult from Seraphine, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, maybe it is. A little bit of a trade there. Gunji's going to chase down Horde or Nation. Garebear is going to add the stun on there. Coach Eggboy chasing down Kled right now. Kled has nothing to do. He can do nothing but run and maybe try to get Scarl back, but it is not going to be enough. He will not get Scarl back in time. Coach Eggboy takes him down in mid lane. Suddenly the game shifted again. Maybe a little bit of a mistake there being caught out. Maybe something underestimating done on the part of Four Tops on how strong that Swain might actually be. It'll be interesting to see how the damage lays out after that fight, but they're going to continue with their march down mid lane, and that is a tier 2 turret out for GGEZ.
We can really see why they've been trying to pick off Gunji at every opportunity possible. He went pretty much untouched in that fight, and he popped off because of it.
Absolutely, and it's the power of a champ like Jinx, I think, and for me personally, the mechanics on that champ allows me to focus a lot on positioning and where you are in these fights, and just being in the right place, putting down the right damage on the right people, and that's what you're seeing Gunji do, you know, to perfection in that fight. Who am I putting damage on? How can I be the most effective? And he's doing a very, very good job with it.
It's really important for him to get that first passive proc too. The first get excited, so you can really just run him down and really get the speed boot, the attack speed boost. Those are really important for him.
Absolutely, and then we're gonna see the Scuttle go over with Baron spawning. Yes, with Baron spawning in 8 seconds, obviously clearing out blue side of the jungle. We'll see if there's a pass over to Fleeing but that is not done. Nautilus is gonna take the blue buff.
Not throwing Q.
Teams just posturing on this top side of the map right now. Seen a ward go down there, pings onto the red buff, likely a ping to get that red buff over onto Gunji. And you know, as silly as a thing it is to be discussing, in a game this close, sometimes, as silly as it sounds, red buff on an ADC can make the difference in a team fight. It really can do wonders for the team, and so we'll see if this decision to Gunji pays off. Or if not, giving it to Fleeing Panda on that blue buff is going to be a detriment to their side.
I'm gonna say, as a mid laner, you cry every time you don't get a blue buff like that, especially on someone that just wants to throw out abilities like Ziggs.
Absolutely, and something else to keep an eye on right now is that, you know, their damage, at least from what it looks like, has been primarily Ziggs. Out Luden's is a full damage item. You're not hiding anything there. You know what that Ziggs is trying to do. You know, spamming abilities, without that, the damage is really left up to Ezreal, and in that last fight, we saw Gunji lay damage on 3-4 people, not something that's easy to do with the comp that Four Tops has brought into this game.
I literally like the Randuin's purchase out of Gunji, pretty standard on Jinx, but he really just wants to hit both Nautilus and Kled always, and that item really allows him to do it.
Absolutely. I love that. It's really saying you would think that maybe the next thing that he's going to build towards is the IE. Ezreal ulti coming down, maybe looking to clear wave or just get some poke onto the other team early. Gabriel is coming in from the flank. Guy Fieric is going to try and match. Gunji is going to throw W into the spike. Kled is on the backline. Seraphine ulti comes down, does get the Nami. Might not be enough damage to kill. Joko Bremer is getting low. Guy Fieric. So is the Kled in the middle. Necro Guy is going to go down. Evan continues to push forward with that ulti. Jinx Rocket comes down, getting a kill on Horde Nation on the backline. Quadratic is going to continue his march forward. Garebear is getting low, taking damage from the minions. Off to the flank is Guy Fieric getting chased out by Eggboy, but the guys are too low from Four Tops to chase. But another fight going over in favor of Four Tops.
We see both teams pinging out Mountain Drake in 40 seconds.
Absolutely. Something that we talked about a lot is macro of GGEZ. trying to get in there and control this choke. Guy Fieric is going to look for the scuttle and is likely going to get a W steal try to come in. Gare Bear is going to say that is not allowed. That is illegal. Guy Fieric is going to just be able to walk by the choppers. Double TP is coming in right now. They're going to get the heals off. Doesn't look like an engage is going to occur. My directed camera is a little strange right now the way it is showing this fight. Q's coming over the wall from Garfield Juice. Not going to hit anybody. Interesting play there. Nautilus maybe a little lucky to not step into that Chomper's hitbox, but Quadratic taking a little bit of poke here from Garfield Juice. They're going to be looking for some sort of angle. Joe Bremer trying to clear vision. They've already started the dragon. It is on Gare Bear. Gare Bear is a little low. This could be dangerous, but he gets some heal up. Here comes the Ezreal ulti comes down onto Quadratic. They're going to turn. Everfrost comes down. Zhonya's from Quadratic. Seraphine ulti comes in and hits 2. Guy Fieric could go down. Red team has taken the dragon. Necro Guy is going to get engaged on here. He's trying to get out with the bear trap. There goes Scarl. It's going to be a run down there for Necro Guy. Gare Bear's walking out from the backside. Garfield Juice and Hodor Nation caught a little bit of a weird spot, but it looks like GGEZ is going to just march down mid lane and be content with taking the dragon and pushing for more objectives.
Looks like Baron.
Yeah, this does look to be a Baron angle for them, and I don't disagree with the call at all. Gare Bear obviously a little low, but with everybody there, it's not really going to matter. A little bit of healing there coming in for him as well. They're going to start this, and they take this relative quick. I think the only hope in the world is maybe a Ziggs bomb steal, which we've seen. We saw earlier today in pro play, or an Ezreal ulti. Who knows? Who knows?
Neither are up, though.
Contest, yeah, and neither are up, and that's going to just be a free reset and Baron for tops. And look, this is a game of macro. I mean, you look in these team fights; they're all playing excellent. You know, both sides are playing these team fights pretty excellently. But it just comes down to who's there first, who has vision control, and who can get a little bit of an edge in these fights, who has a little bit of an item advantage, who knows their champions just a little bit better. And I think right now we're seeing 4 tops really take advantage of some of their comfort picks.
I think what really defined that fight was you had Guy Fieric and Necro Guy on the top side of River, and you had the rest of the group on the bottom side of River. The four squad from GGEZ collapsed on the 2, so they made it a 4v2 while Gare Bear secured the dragon. And I think that was the big turning point in that fight.
But I think it was really good initially was Gare Bear in that early fight pulling the trigger to engage. It seems like when 4 tops wants to do something, they just do it. There is no hesitating. Blue buff going over to the Seraphine there, who's going to move towards bot side to farm up some minions here. Rel and Jinx positioning in mid. These rotations seem to be pretty standard. Swain is in top side trying to get some waves in, and obviously Ziggs is going to be able to handle those pretty easily. But it's just one more thing for them to worry about. Ezreal coming down mid, looking to maybe clear waves and get some poke, but not much going to come of it. Gunji's probably just going to heal off a wave here, as he does. And they continue their march down mid with Baron buff. Everybody is there. Kled is split. Ziggs ulti coming down. Kled does have TP, but Gare Bear is going to engage. There's an ulti coming down on Guy Fieric. Guy Fieric is going to get out of there. The Nami ulti comes but at a disengage, and that is an ulti for ulti situation there. But they're going to keep marching. TP does come out of Kled there on the far side, and he is going to come through the back. Maybe an opportunity for the Kled ulti if they're feeling confident enough in it. But with Baron, that is a tough proposition. And Ziggs throwing down some good poke there with his Q. Sort of something that we've seen throughout the game as a primary damage dealer for this for top side. For top side. And we continue to see the slow march with Baron buff down mid lane. Here comes another Ezreal ulti. Seems to be the standard rotation for the last couple minutes. Seeing for top, seeing if they can weigh out this Baron, and frankly doing a good job to this point. Not much has been gained from the Baron objective, but it is always a nuisance to deal with. Here comes Quadratic with the engage on Guy Fieric. Ulti comes down from Seraphine. The ultimate there from Rel. Beautiful ultimate from Joe Bremer. Quadratic is going to continue to push in with ulti up. It is going to be 4 down. They're chasing Fleeing Panda, but he is running for his life. It doesn't look like he is going to get out of that. That is a clean ace from the side of 4 top. A triple kill from you, Eggboy, off of that amazing ulti. The synergy between Rel and Seraphine to make that happen, and they may look for an end here.
30-second timers, that's a long time.
And it is as clear as day. They are looking for the end. Gare Bear falls low, but it isn't going to matter. Hitting the Nexus, ending the game. GGEZ takes game 1 of the semifinals of lower division.
Wow, that was the roller coaster.
That was a good game. That was a really good game.
That's what you expect out of semis.
I like very nice.
Hey, we were both right. That's pretty exciting.
Wait, what?
You and me were
How
both
are we
right
both
about
right?
game 1 prediction.
Oh, yeah, true. Let's go us. Hey, catch me taking all your channel points, plebs. Don't ever doubt me. I will never. Yeah, look at that. 19K into my pocket. This is when I quit while I'm ahead and I don't gamble on the next game. 42K goes to Widsy? Oh, and 2 others. I got 19 of it. Good game there, man. I mean, geez, what is it to say about that? Obviously, macro, man. It seemed like there was not a single opportunity for a solo bolo anywhere in that game. That was a team fighting slobber knocker.
And I think it just came down to, like we said, you can't Kled ult into a Seraphine ult. And that 4-man under the tier 2 turret really just went to show that broken. I can hear Flirty screaming
Oh
at
god.
that ult.
Ugh,
A
that
PMA LCS
champion
classic.
gives me nightmares. I go to sleep thinking about the horrible things that Seraphine has done to me. Particularly your Seraphine, Kevin. No, thank you. Well, we are getting ready for game 2 here. If it is anything like the first one, we are in for a wild ride.
What draft changes do you expect to come out here?
I never want to say expect because trying to predict what happens in PMA LCS is like trying to predict an election. You just literally have no clue what you're talking about until you see what happens. But if I was coaching both of these teams, I would say for GGEZ, don't rock the boat. This works. This comp works for you. You've been playing it most of the year. If I was gonna change anything, I'd want to get rid of the Volibear. I just don't love Volibear as a champ, but that's just a personal preference, less a meta thing or more the game. That's just a personal preference. I don't like that champ very much, and that's a bias. But I'm streaming, so I can have a bias. Uh, on the flip side, I think for 4 tops, simplify. That's a hard comp, in my opinion. The damage is not necessarily easy. The positioning is difficult. The synergy, like we talked about at the beginning of the game, maybe they want to do a little bit of different things. Make some changes. I think if you're gonna go Ezreal, Nautilus, and bot lane, adjust the rest of the comp accordingly. I think Nautilus and Ezreal should be the bot lane. I think the jungle pick on Nautilus is great as a catalyst. But later on, it just feels like you're missing out on something. It felt like something was missing in those fights, right? Like if there was just some other damage dealing champion there, maybe those fights go a little differently. So that's what I would like to see.
Yeah, I think it goes back to the cohesion talk that we were having earlier. You have we had Ziggs and Ezreal that just wanted to sit back and poke and then do something. But I don't think they ever got to the point where they had done enough poke damage before a fight to be like, okay, now we press Clearlight ulti, now we press Nautilus ulti, now we press Nami ulti.
Absolutely.
I think the comp can work, but it's very hard in a fives setting, I believe, to play poke right now in League of Legends.
Absolutely. I think I'd like to see maybe. I thought Keith played Nami pretty well. Hoarder Nation played Nami incredibly well in bot lane. But I think I'd prefer, like, if Karma's on the board, that's a champ that you have to take with Ezreal right now. It's just too good to pass up. If not, I would prefer the Nautilus at support and maybe something that is going to do a little more damage in the jungle. I really want to see it in this. I want to see a Viego mid game. I think Seraphine's gonna get taken off of GGEZ. They're gonna have to
I
adjust
would not
accordingly.
give Coach Coach Eggboy
Yeah.
Seraphine again.
Yeah, I would definitely see that gone, but maybe it's an opportunity for us to see the Viego. Who knows? The other one is Swain, man. Get rid of the Swain. Like I told Evan last week when we were done playing our games, and I was, like sort of done. I had brushed off my sort of captain hat for a little bit. That champ, he's so good at that champ, man. I'm didn't really look at the damage stats at the end of the game, but you want to talk about someone who's comfortable and happy playing that champ. He's ridiculous on it. I would get rid of that in a heartbeat. I don't think the Kennen is not that it isn't worth a ban, but if I had to pick between the Swain and the Kennen, I don't think I would lose any sleep over banning Swain. So I expect that to be a ban in the next game from Four Tops as well.
I'd say maybe like because our team played against GGEZ's Kennen in top lane, and it was very close to taking a game off of us. Like he
Yeah,
was the reason they were in the game.
yeah,
So maybe drop the Silas ban and Swain and Kennen just say see
yeah.
ya.
Now that is, in all fairness, though, when I look at the comp that they decided to play, sorry, respond to something really quick. When you look at the comp that Four Tops decided to play, I do not want to see a Silas if I'm them. I don't hate the Silas band there looking at Ziggs ult, Nami ult, Nautilus
But
ult, Kled ult, and Ezreal ult. I mean,
none of
that,
those are
that
bad ults to
almost,
steal.
yeah, like you could roll your face on the keyboard and end up with a good ulti. So, yeah, I mean, I don't hate the Silas band. I think if it was any other comp, maybe like if there was a Karma in that comp, maybe I feel better about it.
You getting in here, Dan? There we go. I know we're doing series MVPs, but given that first game, if we were doing an individual game MVP, I think it would be very hard to pick one. I
Yeah,
felt like everyone did exactly what they're supposed to do.
that was a really good team game. I think it's hard for me to give an MVP, but a standout for me was Bremer, Joe Cool Bremer. There were a couple of those Seraphine ultis where you look at those Seraphine ultis, and if you blink, you miss it. But he landed the Rel ulti just in great sequence with the Seraphine ult. And it might seem like a very, very small thing, but layering that CC well can make a huge difference. And I think that's kudos to him. I think that shows just how far he's come this season. Uh, so kudos to him on that. I was really impressed with how he handled that champion because honestly, Rel sleeper. Maybe it's just me because I'm a dum dum, but Rel is not an easy champ to play. That is not a straightforward engaged champ. So kudos to him for having a pretty good game on that. I was really impressed.
Yeah, he didn't. As someone who was the last pick in the draft, I don't think anyone would have ever guessed that based on that gameplay.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was really, really well done. And the other thing that you're looking at is the extensions of those Seraphine ultis. I mean, I guess, yeah, if I was giving an MVP, Eggboy and Joe Cool Bremer as like a mecha human, like a league transformer, because they were just killing it in the synergy department. I mean, they were really doing a good job in that game. Plus, there was a really batty chroma on that rel, so that is that is always nice to
Are
see.
you
I
ready,
use
Dan?
the black and red chroma.
Okay.
Yo, getting ready for game 2. Excited to see how this one goes, man. I wasn't ready for a slobber knocker, not gonna lie. I've been a little out of it since our games finished last week. Have not been very in the mood for league, but this has got me raring to go.
We see
So,
Four Chops choosing to stay on the same side this game. I think
yeah,
that's something interesting.
absolutely. So Four Tops is going to keep blue. Seraphine ban coming out. Can't say we didn't expect that. Uh, that champ is disgusting. And should not be allowed in the game. Sivir ban coming out here. That is an interesting pick. Something that we've seen out of the Four Tops uh, before on Garfield Juice, picking up that champion. Also, just a champ that can kind of be a nuisance to play with, and it can be really versatile in the way you build. Kennen ban coming out here, so not opting for the Swain ban so far, but sticking to what they know. Sejuani ban coming out, that is a comfort pick for a lot of junglers, but in particular, Guy Fieric loves some of those tank engagey junglers. And Silas ban coming out. So maybe they're aware of what they want to pick. Maybe they've got a game plan. Maybe they are going to just do a salty run back uh, and run the same comp. But Silas ban does come out, targeting Mute Eggboy. And then the Renekton ban. Gotta respect Necro on Renekton, man. That is very clearly going to target him, though. Wouldn't it be spicy if Fleeing Panda had eyes on playing Renekton mid? That is a top laner, and Renekton mid does have quite a good win rate right now. So we're looking towards our first selection here for blue side 4 top, Tristana. That's what we were talking about in the last game. We talked about we would love to see a Tristana in this comp, and it sounds like they listen. GGEZ gonna pick up Ezreal. That is a pick that Gunji, at least they're hovering in the moment. Gunji slaughtered us last week on it. Uh, it is just as good as it gets in the meta right now. That champ with Sunder is going to be one of the best ADCs in the game, at least for a little bit. Looking at that second pick, Swain
Ooh,
was allowed through, and they're
Swain
going to
again.
take Swain. They're going to take Swain. I mean, it is, they're getting a variation of what they got last time so far. Ezreal, obviously a comfort pick for them. They had an opportunity to pick him up because they didn't last time. And they're going to do that, and they're going to add Swain to the equation again. Comfort, comfort, comfort. Sometimes I think that is more important than your comp at the end of the day, but it helps when your comfort picks are also really strong in the meta. Galio coming out over here, that could be a lot of things for them. On 4 tops that is flexible in a slew of different ways. So we'll have
I
to see how the
suspect mid
rest of
lane.
the draft goes. Mid lane is a good suspect there. It was banned out in the last game, so Kled going top. They're going to run that one back. I think they liked their laning phase really from the Kled and the Swain. It wasn't until we got into the team fights that Swain started to wreak havoc. Rel coming in, running it back. Looks like GGEZ knows what they want to do. They just want to add in the things that they couldn't get last time. And obviously an Olaf ban coming out here from GGEZ, putting a little of respect on the enemy jungler.
So this next ban for GGEZ will be the first ban they have to change because the Galio was
Yes.
the fifth ban last time.
I think we see a Viego ban, maybe? That thing is scary. I don't care who has it. Viego is a scary champion. And I don't think you want to leave it up to chance. Onivia coming out from the ban there from 4 tops.
I think that's a
So that
good
is a
ban
little bit of
with Kled
yep.
being picked. Nothing worse
That
feeling
is
than running Kled into a Nivea wall.
it's also a lot of respect onto Fleeing Panda. Fleeing Panda's played some excellent games on Anivia this year. So a little bit of a
Fleeing
nod to
Panda's
him.
team
Jarvan.
Bandit.
Oh wait, sorry, it was 4 tops. That's a lot of respect over to Mew Eggboy as well, though. Mew Eggboy plays that champ incredibly well as well. So we are going to look for one more band. The Jarvan, a little bit of a surprise. Didn't think that was something we were going to see. And Volibear coming out from 4 tops. I didn't necessarily think that Volibear was the issue last game, but clearly 4 tops thinks that could be the key to their success going forward.
I think it's like you were talking about comfort, right? Like that's a champion Gary Bear is extremely comfortable on. He played well. I he knew his positioning. He had some great flash stuns to start off fights from flanks. And as we
Set
see a
pick.
set come out.
We love that, and that is something that I have scouted GGEZ endlessly on. Is there a Senna pick coming out next? Something that Gunji loves to see. There has been some flexing of some of these champs before. I saw a wacky Ezreal jungle game earlier today. Maybe that's a spicy flex that they're looking at. Who knows? Malachi coming in from 4 tops. That's likely going to Hodor Nation, meaning the Galio is in all likelihood mid. He is not a jungler, unless that Malachi is going jungle, but I doubt it.
They need a lot of
So
damage
yeah,
out of this next pick. because
Yeah, there has to
otherwise
be
you
a
have solo
lot.
Trist. Because
Yeah.
I think there we go, Echo.
Echo.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. You gotta like that pick here. Obviously, I think we're gonna see a jungler on the other side as well. Saving that for last pick on both sides.
Cassio.
Cassiopeia.
Okay.
Interesting. So maybe my wacky Ezreal call wasn't as wacky as I thought. I don't think any of those other champs get in the jungle.
That jungle.
Set jungle? That's
Yeah.
a thing?
That's
God, I'm so glad
that's
I haven't seen that yet.
that's a Gear Bear champion.
Oh, spicy. I didn't know that. I hate that. Wow. I'm glad I got knocked out, man. I don't want to have to play this game. That's pain. Well, it is set. We see it's set. We see what they're gonna play for this next game, and let's get some predictions.
Oh,
What are we thinking here from Kevin? I started last time, so you go first this time.
Let me. Okay, I'll predict and then I'll open the casino.
All right,
Um, I think. I just got it. Maybe it's a 2-0 GGEZ. I'm gonna go back on.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go back on my OG prediction. I really like. They played this very similar comp last game. I don't know if Four Tops has enough. They all do go in this time. That's one thing to note for Four Tops is they all go in, and we saw Gunji just get blown up time after time after time. So if they can continue to do that this game, I think Four Tops might be in a good position. It's so hard.
This one
I think
feels better for Four Tops,
yes,
in my
100%.
opinion. I am personally not a fan of the major shakeup on GGEZ side. I know that it is not necessarily their choice with the bans that came out. I cannot put a channel points prediction on here. It would be a waste. This is really close. Hoagie's gonna kill me in chat right now, but the thing that scares me most in this game is probably the Cassiopeia. I think that champ is disgusting.
And
But
she can cancel all the dashes. Every single champ on
yeah,
on Four Tops has a dash, and Miasma
yeah,
cucks that.
something about that set Cassio combo makes me just it's sort of a little queasy because I'm not really sure how it works, but it doesn't look pretty. On the other side, I see more comfort from Four Tops. I I know that Hoagie played really, really well on that Nami in the last game, but Maokai is as comfort as it gets for him.
Hodor Nation.
Right? Yes, Hodor Nation. Sorry, it's hard. Sometimes I struggle. Not sometimes. I always struggle with that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a toss to GGEZ here. I think they pick it up in a 2-0. God, that's a tough one, man. That is not easy. Oh, well, 92% of the stream wants GGEZ, so I obviously got to go the other way. There's no way I could do that. I'm predicting Four Tops now. And I'm going to bet it all.
I can't bet, otherwise I can't close it.
Oh, I've bet it all for Four Tops, and I have swung the investments the other way. So we will see how it goes. I don't know, man. I love the Necro pick. I love Kled. I think it is a great matchup for the Swain. I worry about where they're going to get heel cut. I think Tristana is a better pick for them in bot lane there than Ezreal. I think Ezreal's hard to execute. And I think it's a little more standard. And it's not like the last game wasn't close, right? Like the last game was not as bad as I think the ending made it look. Thank you, Hansu. I appreciate you being with me. Yeah, so I don't know. Not only the casino telling me to do it, but my gut kind of feels like Four Tops is gonna give us a good fight. Yeah, Tambo, I do agree with you. The 4 melee in the cast does feel really bad, but just I don't know that gut feeling, man. I think GGEZ is going to go as far as this set Castio combo can take them in this game. And I think Four Tops has to get back to their bread and butter and be a little earlier to these objectives. Because I think that was the difference in the last game, objective fights. Particularly the clean ace towards the end of the game.
There is no
So, yeah.
There is no Seraphine ult to really just win them the fight though this time.
Yes. Absolutely. Hansu with the 60k bet. Jesus. Mans is hot. With that many channel points, you could highlight your message like a bajillion times. Oh, dude, if you want, if this goes to another game, I will sing you Silver Scrapes myself.
Oh,
I don't know if you want that actually. You might want them to you might want GGEZ to win this. If I'm being honest. God, 80k points. Can I change it now? I don't like being a part of the I don't like being a part of the crowd, man. Hansi really made me feel small. Now.
Well, we're not there yet. You don't no previews.
It's gonna be stuck in my head the rest of the night now, though. Even when I'm playing solo queue later, it's gonna be stuck in my head all night, man. That and Little Big Uno. If you haven't checked out that song yet, Eurovision Russia, check it out. Pretty good song. Oh, Tambo, there was a word that you wanted me to say, and I completely forgot what it was. It was nothing bad, nothing inappropriate, chat. So don't worry about that. But it was something that Captain Flowers said earlier today, and Tambo wanted me to work it into tonight's cast. Is it a Mama Jamma?
He does say that quite a bit on stream.
I don't know, man. Tambo, if you remember what it was, drop it in chat.
I've been watching a lot of Captain Flowers lately. He's been watching Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I watches a lot of Hell's Kitchen.
It's really fun, and he mutes the stream for the reviews, and he just does it himself, and it's so funny.
I like that. That's funny. Yeah, I like Captain Flowers. It is he's a good streamer. The Skarner thing freaks me out though. How can you make a career from playing such a bad champion? Like, people actually voluntarily watch just endless Skarner gameplay. I guess there are people in the world who are masochists.
See, what is Skarner's win rate right now? Let's look.
Yeah, I mean it can't be great, right?
52% win rate.
Really?
In Plat Plus on this patch.
Weird. Champ's weird. Pog champ. I mean, I liked playing Skarner when I was playing jungle, but just like I feel like he's never good, but he's always good. If that makes sense, that doesn't make any sense, man. I need to stop talking.
His ult is a game changer. It's just like he's Malzahar of the jungle, right? His ult's a game changer. Except for you don't have to stand still.
You know what they say about bats, though, right? Chicken of the Cave. If anyone can name that movie, and it's not Tambo, I might give you a mystery skin. I might. No promises, though.
I think chat is all about bat win, though. That's a little before your time here.
Ooh, yeah. My time is new, man. I'm a January edition. I mean, I've been hanging around for a while, but I'm in honest. Oh, well, it is game over. Four Tops won with the Birdio skin. GGEZ. Are you guys stuck at 0 again?
Yes. I think.
Yeah, man.
I blame Necro's toaster.
Yeah, I blame Necro. Oh, there we go. Pause at 10, boys. God, look at the shop, Walrus. Just what an absolute unit.
3, 2,
all right.
1, go.
And we are off to the races. Back at it again. Hodor Nation hitting them with the y'all like trees? Here we come out onto the rift. No pings yet to give us an indication of what their stance is going to be at the beginning. And chat is inappropriate already. Bonk, go to horny jail. 5-point stance coming out again. Maokai wandering into base. He was probably too busy typing and forgot to buy items.
Hate to see it. Can we get some exclamation point
you
Joes
hate
in the
to
chat?
See it. You hate to see it. Tristana holding down the bot side of the map on her own. Wonder why that is. But pings coming out all over the place. Lord knows for what. I don't know how to ping. And we're getting ready for another amazing PMA LCS semifinals game. I'm really interested to see how this Maokai plays, because it's not a champ that I think you see all that often, at least in solo queue anymore. Keith plays it really well. Keith plays that champ incredibly well, and that ulti can be a game changer for sure. So we'll see how that goes.
Especially
Leash
with
on
the
red.
speed up from
Yes.
Kled. I
This
think
is
if you
very true.
I think if you get the speed boost in, you go untargetable onto someone, and then you press R when you're in their back line, just it's game over for GGEZ.
Absolutely. Bot side start for both junglers, so look for a contest at top side Scuttle Crab, somewhere around 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I think that's the standard clear time for both of these. I don't think either of them are early or late clears. So look for that fight early on in the game. We're going to see emphasis put on top lane with that. You know, we saw a lot of skirmishing and some strong top lane play earlier in the last game. We'll see how that plays out. Poke coming down again in bot lane, but not as significant as last time. As Tristana just doesn't have the range that the Ezreal does. But Gunji going a little low, oddly, as we pan back down into bot lane, or a little lower. About 80% damage on him right now, or 80% health to him. And another strange thing, often we think Tristana is going to push this kind of lane and is going to push it forward a lot quicker than Ezreal, but Ezreal getting the wave in, pushing, maybe looking to create prio. Engage here from Quadratic on top, but it is a little too early for either of them to fully trade, probably waiting for level 3 to look for some kind of engage, and a standard start to this game. Junglers are getting ready to cross over in the top side, set just a little bit ahead of Echo, moving on to his chickens as Echo gets on to his wolves.
We see full clears coming out of both junglers again, it appears.
Yes.
Well, I guess, no, that's not true. Gerber had a 5 camp into Scuttle last time.
Yep. So we had a Gerber on that 5 camp and then a full clear from Guy Fieric last time. Likely going to see full clears for both, I would think. You don't want to show up to that Scuttle underleveled, especially if either of them have any knowledge of where they started. Trading going in on top. Necro Guy is going down a little lower. Quadratic, maybe, in his head, knows that junglers are topside, and could be trying to get rid of Skarl sooner rather than later. E coming out of Ezreal and bot lane, running from one of Maokai's bush bombs, but is unable to get away. Vision Cone being used topside by Set, looking for vision over the Scuttle. He's going to do a 5 camp clear and look to match, while Echo is finishing up his Gromp for a 6 camp clear. Kled is moving down. And it looks like there's going to be a little bit of a skirmish here over the Scuttle. The stun comes down from Echo. Kled is going to engage on Gerber. Gerber's going to flash. It isn't going to be enough. Skarl could go down, but First Blood is going to go to Kled. A great move there. And an intelligent play from Echo to understand where his prio is and having calling down Necro Guy to assist with that play.
I think that was that one goes to Necro. Being able to push his wave in the whole time, even though he's taken a lot of punishment from poke from Quadratic, it allowed him to get down there and really help secure it for him and Guy Fieric.
Now we do see Echo moving down, trying to get the double Scuttle. There is a ping towards Set on the other side of the map. There is awareness there. Galio is now moving down. Could this be a repeat of what happened? There is Prio in bot lane, so bot lane could move up, but they're getting engaged upon by Rel. Rel isn't going to be able to do anything. Garfield is going to put poke back onto the Rel. Plays coming down here in the jungle. Mid laners have moved down. Galio is going to go in and try to get the taunt. W comes out from Gerber. It isn't going to be enough. Gerber goes down again. A repeat of what just happened on top side of the map. Echo looking to maybe pull back onto the Cassiopeia, but Cassiopeia is going to walk away. And talking about Scuttle, man, they put that thing in the game to create chaos, and create chaos it has. Unfortunate situation there for Gerber. Just put behind. I mean, honestly, looking at it, the clear is not that behind. But, oh wait, no he is. I have my tabs in the wrong place. He is behind.
That 4 camp.
Yeah, between the 4 camp clear, or the 5 camp clear, and then losing that fight, not having prio in any of the lanes when he went to go for those, has really set him behind. He's looking for an invade to try and make things happen. But the other thing to keep in mind, that new 2:15 timer on jungle camps makes it incredibly difficult. There is this sort of lull time where you have to gank. So AFK farming isn't necessarily a thing anymore. So the invade really might be the only angle he has to get some gold back into his pocket. Echo is on the bot side of the map right now, clearing red side for 4 tops. Could path across to the set, depending on how this goes. But it looks like he's going to be on chickens. And set is going to move up towards Gromp. So Echo will find nothing in his top side jungle. Good play there from Gare Bear, even though it's not going to put too much of a dent in the gold difference. It's something. It's something in his pocket.
Well, I think it's a good avenue for coming back gold-wise, because now he's taken away the top side of the map, and now he has 3 camps up and probably the blue buff back up by the time he gets back.
Yep. And if you know, in a weird way, it's going to set up his pathing so that he can be down at Dragon and contest. Obviously, Echo doesn't know that camps are missing. Kled is going to discover that in just a second. But Echo's, going to adjust, knowing that his camps are gone, and move down towards the bot side, likely looking to take his red and then set up vision around that dragon. But it's going to set up for an interesting team fight down there. Prio is with 4 tops at the moment, but that can always change very quickly. Reset taken from the bot lane of GGEZ, and they will work their way back towards the bot side. Set is pathing up towards the river. Correction, he's pathing towards his blue buff. Like, you're going to take that, maybe look for wolves, or look for the scuttle crab.
I think I would have liked to see 4 tops just push their advantage and really just go for dragon there instead of trying to go for plates.
Oh, and here's a play from Guy Fieric, who's significantly stronger, also has his ulti. He's looking to play for the scuttle. Moving over is the Galio, Cassiopeia, and Rel, and Ezreal coming as well. Malachi moves up with Tristana. Tristana's going to take Gare Bear. Bomb comes down. W is out. Bomb is going to kill Gare Bear. Garfield Juice has taken him down on the set. Joko Bremer is trying to peel back his Ezreal, but Joko Bremer is just taking unsolicited damage. A flash comes out there. Joko Bremer's going to go down to the Tristana. Garfield Juice hits the blast cone. Beautiful rocket jump. Going to reset. Garfield Juice is going to pop over the wall, take him down. Here comes Cassiopeia walking out. Kled ulti in top side, though. He hasn't moved down towards, so it's just going to be trading in top. It's going to take the camera away from the bot side of the map for me. Kled is going to lose Scarl. Fighting continues on. Guy Fieric with ulti. Gunji doesn't. Galio ulti coming down on a Gunji. Gunji's going to E out of the Galio ulti. Pings coming in towards the Dragon. Cassiopeia and set posturing again on the Galio and the Echo. Ezreal could come over and help by putting in some Q damage, but it isn't going to be enough. Cassiopeia is pushing towards the Galio. Chasing around is Gare Bear. Gare Bear trying to find a way back into this game and to play aggressive. Set is that early game champ that you want to see do damage early on, but he has been able to find his way into this game with the excellent jungling from Guy Fieric. Seems as though the teams are going to readjust. Eggboy is helping to leash this blue buff for Gare Bear to help him be ready for this dragon. Echo posturing around the mouth of the jungle, but starting this dragon, so that is going to happen. Remember that we do not have ultis on Gare Bear yet, or on Gunji or Bremer. And we do not have ultis on the enemy bot lane as well. Ulti is out on Galio. Echo is getting pretty low right now in the dragon pit. And Set is going to walk in here, maybe an angle or something. Blue team is going to take the dragon. And Echo is waiting for his E to come back up so he can dash out. But bot lane is going to come in posture just to make sure he gets out as well. And we're seeing the gap continue to push. A little more gold. We didn't see this in the last game. The gold gap was pretty identical for most of the game. They were right on top of each other up until probably 18 minutes. In this game, seeing 4 tops push to a little bit of a lead.
I think this just goes to show that, like, the cohesion of their team is a lot better this time around. Oh.
Fighting coming in from Kled here under turret might be ill-advised with the wave that's there. Necro's going to lose Scarl. Quadratic is going to try and take advantage of his camera is going to pan towards the bot lane. I'm going to personally move my camera back up away. Quadratic is full health, but Necro's just going to walk out. Back to the right
Swain was really the difference in that being a kill or not.
Absolutely. Now, both junglers are topside, so if anything were to break out again, there could be a response from both junglers.
And we do have the ulti out of Swain this time around.
Yes. Now, one thing to keep an eye on is, at least at this point, Tristana. Incredibly strong at the moment, with a significant gold lead on Ezreal, as well as the 2 kills. 30 CS lead. That is going to get Garfield Juice to Mythic later. Here comes the gank in top lane. W comes down from Guy Fieric. He's going to get the stun on the Quadratic. There is the ulti. W is coming down from Quadratic. He's trying to walk his way out, as all Swains do. Kled is going to get Scarl back up. They're looking for the dive. The taunt comes in from Galio. Necroguy has slain Quadratic. That is going to be 5-2 over to Four Tops. The gold lead extends again, and so does the kill lead, as well as the advantage all over the map. Set is posturing in Tribush, however. Maybe trying to catch an extra guy sleeping. Bear's looking for a gank. He's going to E, get it in. Looking for the Q angle. Ultis him under tower just to make sure. TP coming in from Galio, but it isn't going to be in time, so TP goes down. Scarl and Kled go down as well to set. Bear trying to climb his way back into this game. Echo coming in for a gank as well. Action all over the map. Is going to get the stun on the Coach Eggboy. He's going to throw the ulti, and it is going to be ill-advised. What a play from Coach Eggboy. Ulti with perfect timing as soon as he comes out of the W and is able to just stop Echo in his tracks. Incredible play there. And that's just maybe an item thing?
I did not expect that.
I mean,
I didn't expect that kind of damage out of Cassio this early into a game.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either. I mean, Cassio does have Lost Chapter. Cassio does have level advantage on a significant level advantage on Guy Fieri. And a cleanse. There was a cleanse used there by the looks of it. So, you know, just goes to show you're never out of a game. Suddenly the gap is closing just a little more, and it's about taking these little advantages. Also, this bot turret is in rough shape if you are Four Top or GGEZ. Hopefully the Tristana can continue to push that down if you are a fan of Four Tops and a bottom. Ezreal ulti coming down to try and clear out or thin out the wave a little bit. Hodor Nation's taking a lot of damage there from the Gunji Q and W combo. But Tristana is just going to continue pushing this wave, likely looking a bomb in a first turret, but the wave is going to thin just enough to make that not possible at this moment.
I think the name of the game for GGEZ right here is scale, scale, scale. You want your Cassio and Ezreal to get their item spikes and really just carry this game and be able to chew through the tanks and really make it so Echo's damage doesn't matter later on.
Absolutely.
And if you're Four Tops, I think obviously you just keep doing what you're doing. Just apply pressure, macro. As we see dragon pings coming out from Fleeing Panda.
Absolutely, and you've got to be impressed so far with, I think, the resiliency from GGEZ. They are still unwilling to give an inch in a game that was starting to look a little rough for them early on. Stun's coming in top side. It looks like a gank angle here. Ulti coming down from Malachi. It is gonna miss, or it's gonna just hit Rel. Rel gets an excellent ulti. Cell ulti comes down as well to pull Holder Nation back. Eric standing in the W. Galio ulti comes in to protect, and it is gonna be a lot of dancing around. Necroguy is looking to do some damage in top side. Still has Scarl up, but Quadratic dropping a lot of damage down on him. He still has ulti. He turns with the ulti. Minion advantage is slightly over to Necroguy, but Necroguy is gonna lose Scarl. Flash, Q away. Quadratic is low on mana, so I don't know that he's gonna be able to finish this kill. But he's going to chase him all the way back to his turret. We move back into bot lane, and a Rift Herald comes down from Four Top. Did not even know they had that. That is telling you where my head is at. Turret plating has fallen, so you're not going to get any turret plates from that drop there. But Dragon play coming in for GGEZ. You see them secure a Dragon, maybe an objective that we didn't think they were going to be able to get with the way the game was going. And suddenly, we're looking at a game.
I think the big difference maker in that fight was Fleeing Panda's ulti. Without that, I think Four Tops get massacred there. We have a dead even game. But Fleeing Panda's zoning on the ulti really just saved everyone that was not that had blinking health bars.
Agreed. Now would be a good time to remind you guys that I'm sponsored by Water. Water, the only thing keeping me talking. Necroguy looking for an engage there, does get the bear trap. Quadratic is out of mana, so if Necroguy wants, he can, but he's just not going to get close enough. Another bear trap goes down, trying to pull him further away from the tower, but it is not going to be enough. A little bit of posturing going down in the bot side of the map. Bear is down there. Echo is down there to respond. Could be a little fight coming in here. Kaifier does have ulti. He could look for a tricky play here over the wall, but they do not have enough vision to do that play confidently, so they're going to continue to push for the bot turret. Dive is coming. Turret goes down. They're going to miss a stun from Guy Fieri. Rel's going to try to bust the shield, but they're just going to walk out and take their losses where they have them. I guess they don't really have a choice there. Echo looking to invade, trying to push Bear behind just a little more. Kudos to Bear, though. Has done a good job keeping himself in this game to this point. you know, knowing that he got double scuttled and then killed both times he went to the scuttle. So good on him for staying in this game and keeping his mental there with this matchup. Malachi Bomb's doing way too much damage. Unfair. Busted champ. Please nerf. Thank you.
It used to be worse.
I hate Malachi so much, man. It's so annoying. Cassiopeia just unloading stupid damage onto the Galio in mid lane. You play mid lane. I sometimes play it when I'm sad. How does that matchup go? What does Galio Cassiopeia look like in mid lane? Because I've been surprised with how this has played so far.
Cassio is actually not a champion I have much knowledge of. So actually, let me.
Is it because it's not a support?
It might be because it's not a support. That is a very good possibility. Galio I'm a little more familiar with, but this matchup I'm not. It is a dead even matchup.
Kogi, if you're still in chat, let me know what you think about this matchup. I'd be interested to look back at it when the game is over. Sort of a lull in the game right now once that bot tower was taken. Game sort of quieted out a little bit, just clearing a vision, posturing around what might be next on the map. A rift in 1 minute, a dragon in 2 minutes, and 11 or 10 seconds at this point. And just getting gold on champions. Both teams content to take what they can. W coming in from Swain into the mid lane, but he is too far away to really make anything of that. Echo's picking up the blue buff. And we just stay in this sort of lulled state.
It appears Galio has about a 53 to 52% win rate depending on the ranks. At all ranks, it's sitting at a 52.35% win rate.
But it is going to take down a turret in top lane, so that is going to be both side turrets down for GGEZ, who have yet to knock a turret. Maokai ulti coming in, trying to catch Quadratic, but it is just going to miss. Just by a branch.
A twig.
Ping's just by a twig, even better. Ping's coming in down on bot side though, looking for one of these patented macro
Oh my
plays.
gosh,
They're
that damage.
taking uber damage from the Tristana there. And is gonna just have to walk back. Maybe was not expecting that coming over the wall. Necro guy looking for an angle here, maybe to do something interesting, but it is just too much. Necro does not want to go in on the tower there. Ill-advised play, and he's smart to walk away. The posturing continues. Cassiopeia, the surprisingly strong Cassiopeia, playing at the top side of that bot lane. Echo looking for an angle to get in on Cassiopeia, maybe. Set is trying to move around the backside of that wall there to support the Cassiopeia and walk her out, but Echo is going to think otherwise. Gunji and Joko Bremer on Ezreal and Rel holding down mid lane at the moment. 4 tops trying to stop the bleeding if they can. 3,000 gold lead, a little bit of an increase in the last time we checked. Blue side posturing around the dragon at the moment, getting ready for the spawn in 19 seconds. And we are going to see maybe a fight here. Red side is posturing, looking like they may be moving to come through a choke or looking to come through river. Joku Bremer's going to look to clear vision there, but take some poke from the Maokai.
Oh. 1,400 gold difference between Ezreal and Tristana.
That is pain.
But there's also a 900 in the reverse on mid lane.
Well, Dragon is starting up here for 4 tops. Seems like it's going to go uncontested, and GGEZ is going to look, maybe throw an Ezreal.
Oh!
Ezreal steals it! Ezreal steals the Mountain Drake with a long bomb ulti. Gunji coming in clutch, knowing the damage on that. I didn't even see it. I was looking at mid lane. Incredible play there from Gunji, understanding what his champion does and the damage he gets out of that. Giving them an opportunity to make this game go just a little longer. And in the meantime, while they were all bot side, Evan was up in top lane pushing down these towers. Quadratic's pushing down these towers. They are going to respond. No knowing if they're going to be able to get top side yet, but huge, huge, huge swing for 4 tops. That's exactly what they needed to get there for GGEZ. Exactly what they needed to get themselves back in a position to compete.
And we see the Sunderer being finished up by Gunji. So that's the huge damage point.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that's interesting, and I think that's that I've been realizing with all the Ezreal games that I've been watching, is that if you get that early back on tier, you are likely to have a fully stacked tier. Coach Eggboy going in here on Fleeing Panda, but that is just a big boy. Damage coming on the towers, a flash coming down. Gare Bear is looking to fight here with Necro Guy. Gare Bear is looking to engage. Necro still strong with Skarner. Gare Bear is just going to go low. Maybe an ill-advised fight there. Tristana is a little too strong for them at this point. Probably a poor choice to fight there. Didn't have total vision on everybody. The flash was a bit aggressive, but
Did not have Swain either. It was a 3v4. 3v4 engage out of GGEZ. The Swain TP'd on the back end.
Just as we discussed, Four Tops getting an opportunity to come back into this, or GGEZ getting an opportunity to walk back into this game. Four Tops able to take one back from them. Keeps that lead at about 3K. Now, something that I am always interested in games like this is this mid hold. Can GGEZ hold the mid lane long enough to get enough gold on them to feel comfortable taking fights? And how are they managing the side lanes to match gold all over the map? So far, we've seen the Cassiopeia and the Galio just sort of hanging around in bot lane, taking turns touching the wave. And topside has been a real long push for both laners. It's sort of long in for Kled. Kled goes and fights. Quadratic pushes back out the wave, matches. So it'll be interesting to see how those side lanes play out for the rest of the time. A wise Flesh MVP once told me that the difference between a great player and an okay player is how they manage sideways. So a little bit of information for you there. You saw a lot of damage coming in on that mid turret there. That is just what Tristana does. Ezreal ulti coming down, looking to thin the wave, trying to hold on to this mid turret for as long as they possibly can. There's going to be a strong push here, though. Maokai ulti comes with the Kled ulti. They're going to have to give up this tower, but there might still be an engage. Kled is going to dive, but he's going to choose to do otherwise. Gare Bear is going to throw a W down just to keep himself alive there. Swain gets the W down. Q pokes from Gunji, trying to walk Necro out of this, but Necro is a tanky boy, and that is not going to be any skin off of his back.
Unsurprisingly, we see Four Top engaging all these fights, and the members of GGEZ are just a little behind. Like, we had the 3v4 earlier. We had it was a 2v3 or 4 here under that first tower. So I think the rotations are really the difference this game so far.
Absolutely. We're hitting another one of those lull states in the game. Though Dragon is coming up in a minute, so we may see some posturing happen around that. Set is backing to try and maximize his gold as he gets over to that fight. And Swain is in top lane, but with no TP. So, something to keep an eye on, whether he's going to opt to take that turret and give them the 4v5 at Dragon, or if he will make his way down there immediately. He is recalling, so he can be there. Rel is going to W out, trying to get away. Flash over the wall from Galio. Taunt coming in on Joe Coolbremer. Cassiopeia is going to try and do something here, putting down damage. There comes the ulti from Cassiopeia. Galio ulti coming down from Fleeing Panda. He's ulted. Gare Bear is ulted out of it, or ults himself out of it, but he's going to go down as well. Fleeing Panda is going to get traded back from Coach Eggboy. Coach Eggboy continuing to go on. Blast Cone gets Necro Guy out of that fight, and they're going to be content to go 1-1 there.
Check this out.
Ezreal holding this choke with his Q, looking to maybe make this a little bit more of a sure trade, but without Swain there, or with Swain now there, that is a little bit more of a tougher proposition for them, to say the least. Echo is holding his position on the back of this pit, though. Maybe looking for a steal angle. Doesn't look like they're going to contest.
No
Would
smite
certainly be
for-
interesting to see what they do.
No smite for GGEZ.
No smite for GGEZ. W does come down from Ezreal. Echo does have the smite available to him and ulti, so it is a good steal angle. Quadratic is going to ulti onto the Swain here just to act as a little difference. Blue team has stolen an ulti out. I mean, as clean as it can get. It's almost a picture-perfect script for Guy Thieric there. Trading the steals. Red team gets a steal on the Ezreal ulti earlier, and turning around, Echo gets a steal there. Sort of the patented steals for those two champions. GGEZ is going to start trying to push down mid-turret. Maybe a little far to respond are the boys of Four Tops. And they are going to get that mid-turret, which is huge for them. It is incredibly hard to win a League of Legends match with that mid-turret still up. So that is a step in the right direction for GGEZ. W did come down from Echo on a set, but it looks like that is going to miss. Blue buff going over to Cassiopeia. And an opportunity to reset.
As strange as I think it may be, I think getting Mountain Soul is more important for GGEZ this game than it would be otherwise for Four Tops, because Four Tops is gonna kind of be naturally tanky anyway. So the extra 10% or whatever, I don't think is gonna be a massive game changer. But if you can get tankiness onto Swain, you can get tankiness on the set. Cassio can become a battle mage. You get more tankiness on Rel, and I don't know how. Maybe the echo damage should fall off, especially with a soul. I think that's GG's #1 win count is getting Mountain Soul.
Yep, play for the Drakes and don't give more than you have to, I think is what GGEZ wants to do, and I think GGEZ wants to let this game go on for as long as humanly possible. That is sort of the angle that I see for them. If I'm oh, we're seeing an engage angle here from Echo, but he's just gonna miss a W. If I am Four Tops, I think maybe what I'm looking for is to start pushing these objectives, make them a little more secure, and start trying to walk in my end to this game, something we've seen them do repeatedly throughout this season. Obviously Baron is up. That is the objective that we are looking to play around. But that's about it. Nothing else coming up for another 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the other side of the map. So, good vision on bot side though for GGEZ. Obviously I am a big fan of Vision being a support main this year. I love to see these wards. I love to know what's going on. And it's good to see that even from a losing position they've been able to get Vision in their own jungle. Swain and Kled have taken their battle from top lane to bot lane. Q's coming out from... both have teleport, so that is a good rotation from them. Clearing Vision on that side. It seems as though Four Tops is just posturing around this side of the map, waiting for the opportunity to do something, but it is not quite showing itself yet.
It's really unfortunate that Cassio doesn't have teleport this game. I think Cassio would be a much better answer to the Kled than we've seen from the Swain traditionally in these matchups.
Now, something to point out. So 2 minutes ago, so before the last fight, or yeah, with the last fight, Ezreal has purchased his Mana Moon, which is a huge spike for him. So it'll be interesting to see how these next fights go, as he has achieved sort of the build, right? That's what you want the Ezreal to finish, and that's when you sort of think he comes online. It'll be interesting to see how this next fight goes.
I don't think we can sleep on Coach Eggboy with 3 items right now. The most item completions in the game, I believe. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and that's the thing, is that even though we see this CS gap, even though it is slight, just about 3K for Four Tops, the gold's in the right places on GGEZ. You know, the gold is where you need it to be on GGEZ. That being said, Tristana, an absolute monster in the bot lane right now with 261 CS and 3 items. So Tristana has to be the answer to that Cassiopeia and the Ezreal for them. But outside of that, Galio on 2 items, Echo on 2 items, and Necro Guy on the Kled with 2 items and an Exes.
3 items on Garfield. I don't. My brain doesn't remember if you said it or not. But 3 items on Garfield Juice is going to be big too.
Yes. And it looks like he's building towards Frozen Heart. Ulti's coming down. Nothing really going to come of it. Ulti there from Gerber trying to pull the team back. Engage here coming on. Joku Bremer is getting in there with an ulti as well. Flame Hoarder Nation. Ulti's coming in. Cassiopeia is rattling the team. Necro Guy is going to lose Scarl here. Scarl is going to get chased down by Coach Eggboy. Flash there from Quadratic. Quadratic is looking to ulti. There's going to be the end of Fleeing Panda, just trying to usher Tristana out. That should be a free dragon and maybe more for GGEZ, and doing exactly what we thought they needed to do. Wait for the items and then play the game. That is all you can ask for. They're also pinging on the Baron as well here, so this could be dragon and more. An absolute swing for GGEZ here.
3 item Cassio. Ezreal completed the things he needed to complete, and they both came out of the first 30 minutes deathless. So
Yeah.
the carry's doing exactly that, carrying.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about with having gold on the right people. You know, you're never out of the game if the gold is on the right people. So kudos to them for keeping in this one. Excellent play there, excellent execution. That fight looked hairy at times, but they were able to keep their mentals and not run and get through it. And also, excellent ulti from Gare Bear, bringing, I believe it was the Galio with him. Was it Galio or was it Maokai? Well, one of those beefy boys.
I believe
came with him.
Galio.
Yeah, and that was an excellent engage, finding a way to make that champ work even at this stage in the game. So 3 dragons going over to GGEZ, and a Baron. Gold has now swung back in the favor of GGEZ. And we've got ourselves a different game. Now playing from behind is going to be 4Top. Looking to manage the rest of the game.
I think that's a scary place to be if you're 4Top.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Maokai going damagey instead of tanky.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, I think
and it's another knock at that Mountain Soul, right? Maybe they were counting on being able to get to that a little quicker than the other guys, but who knows?
Oh, this could be a big stun. On 3.
W coming in, but Garfield Juice is not going to step into the W there, not E into the W. Still posturing with the Baron. We saw something similar to this last game. The boys from GGEZ were taking the Baron buff and chose to walk all 5 down mid lane. They didn't split really at all. Swain is moving towards top to respond to that wave, maybe push it out with the buff while he can. Force still stay in mid.
No teleport.
4Tops is getting met by 4 GGEZs. And there's no teleport on Swain at the moment. So it is a little bit of a tough proposition for really any fight here.
It is a 5v4 though.
It is a 5v4. There is an angle here when the waves are timed just right for 4Tops to look for something. But they've got to feel good about it. If I was in this game, I'd say don't go unless you feel very strongly that this can get done, because one more fight here and we could be looking at the end of an ending similar to last game where it just quickly ended with the Baron.
The 5v4 is flipped now, so it'll be interesting to see if GGEZ actually responds and in turn and tries to really push down their advantage right now.
Kled moves in the top lane, and they have seen him on the minions. Kled does have TP, though he may just choose to walk over or use his ulti, as it is up at the moment. That tier 2 tower is going to go down, but the value on that is not necessarily very high, depending on who you talk to. Tier 2 towers seem to be a debate, according to basically everyone who is better than me that I play with, and most people are.
That's what I tell my team.
Tier 2s are a debate, man. Like, I'd rather be ready to die at my Nexus than at my tier 2.
Teams on opposite sides of their map right now.
Yeah, teams are on opposite sides. It's going to be a fight angle. Quadratic is going to get picked out. He's going to throw the ulti down, and Zanya is all sorts of engage going down. Ezreal ulti is going to come across that fight. Quadratic is going to try and walk himself out with the ulti. Guy Fieric is going to be able to take him down. Here turns the fight. Joe Cool Bremer is getting attacked on by Galio here. The set ulti comes down on a Necro guy. He's not going to be able to get rid of Skarl. The Q from fading away is Gunji. Gunji's going to be able to take him down and bring that fight back from nothing. Echo recalling from behind. There is an angle for them to chase down the Kled, but he is just a little too far away. Looked like not a great situation. It really did not look like a good situation there for GGEZ for a second, but they find a way to turn it around, protect their ADC, and do the Lord's work. Peel. Sag Ward. Scuttle is going down here with Joko, Bremer, and Gunji. Echo may try to contest, but he's just going to opt to walk away. Vision over there before this dragon coming up in 20 seconds. This is Soul Point. So, sort of a turning point in the game here. This could be the beginning of the end for 4Top's season and the start of a special run from GGEZ, or could be Four Tops Avenue to getting back into this game. Remember, the gold is not that far apart right now, 52.8 to 54.3 in the favor of GGEZ. Looking for a sneaky little angle here, but Gunji's going to give away their position with a missed Q. Necro is going to try and engage here on Gunji, get rid of the ADC as soon as they can. Galio ulti coming in from Fleeing Panda. Gerber is going to walk right back into it, can't be disabled. Looking for an ulti angle, W comes down, that's going to be the end of Gerber, but they're going to trade the Maokai. That Joko Bremer coming in with the W and a great ulti there. Backline, Cassiopeia and Gunji trying to get Joko Bremer out, putting down damage. Coach Eggboy is going to run the team down, killing Fleeing Panda, killing Echo. Garfield Juice trying to walk away, and they're going to get him with the Cassiopeia burn. Again, a fight that didn't look great, turned around by the damage dealers getting to do damage and going untouched, relatively untouched. Excellent play there from GGEZ, securing that mountain dragon and setting themselves up for a successful march to the finish.
Yeah, and there's that soul that we were talking about being very detrimental. Or we'll see if it's very detrimental. I'm sure it will be just based on the previous fights.
Kudos to the Cassiopeia here. I've sort of been in and out of the stat checking because I've just been enjoying a really good game of League of Legends. But 7-0-8 on that Cassiopeia with 311 CS at 36 minutes, 254 CS on the Ezreal, 5-0-9. The two carries on this team, you said it perfectly earlier. The two carries are carrying. They're doing what they were sent here to do. Again, another great performance so far by Joe Cool Bremer. I'm really satisfied with his play on that rel today. But don't count Four Top out of it. Tristana is strong. Tristana is their way back into this game. Excellent play from Garfield Juice trying to keep this team in the game. So we'll see what happens next. Likely a Baron fight that is up on the map at the moment. And we see them posturing for vision around there. 2 recalls coming out from Maokai and Tristana, though. GGEZ is ready to make a move in that direction. While Four Tops is not in a position to respond, we'll see what happens here. Kled is in top with TP, though. His ulti would get him to the Baron pretty much immediately from where he is at the moment. Be interesting to see. Necro is looking to take a reset on this Kled right now.
Does have TP,
Could TP back. Could TP back into this fight. A Bush Cheese angle looking for GGEZ in that lovely little pixel. The sweep from Holder Nation is just going to miss him. The Q comes in from Swain. That's it. Where did he go? God, how unfortunate is that?
He's damaged Maokai. That was the difference. He might survive 5 seconds longer.
Baron Stunts, they are burning this. Echo is looking for a steal. One last ditch effort. He does have ulti. Could we see a repeat of what happened to the Dragon Pit? They are trying to posture to make this as difficult as possible.
Oh,
forgot
what a
the
miasma.
Eric is slowed. Great miasma. Red team has taken the Baron Nashor. Gunji is going to look for an aggressive play over the back of the pit, but they will be satisfied to just walk out. Waves are getting pushed in the side lanes by both Echo and Kled, looking to do something before the Baron takes hold of this game. GGEZ satisfied to walk down mid lane. Gold gap pushes again to 4K. Red turret is going to go down. On bot side of the map, Echo looking to do the same in top is going to be matched by Swain. The rest of GGEZ marching down mid lane with the Baron buff.
The inhibitor for Necro.
Yeah, Kled is looking to take the inhibitor on that far side. GGEG satisfied to fight without him there. Tristana is getting engaged on there. Rel's going to W. Galio pushing to Cassiopeia, trying to get damage onto those AD carries or the carry champions. Fleeing Panda has a lot of damage on him. May he go down off screen. Coach Eggboy taking turret damage. Blue turret is going to get destroyed by the set there. Gerber is trying to walk himself out. W goes down but doesn't reach enough damage on either of the backline champions. They're going to be posturing around this Nexus here. Swain has responded to Kled in there. The E, maybe an angle here for the E into the W from Echo, but they're going to be satisfied to walk out with the inhibitor. Trades there and an inhibitor for a Nexus turret. Honestly,
Inhibitor
kudos
turret.
to Kled. Yes, for inhibitor turret. Sorry, not an inhibitor. Inhibitor
Nexus
turret on
turret
bot side of
would've
the map. Look, man, it is 123. I'm ready to cry and play Anivia, alright?
Yeah, you better hope
Recalls
for no
coming out here from
faction
GGEZ.
shenanigans.
Look, man, if this is a good game and we get some backdoor out of the spelunkers at Four Tops, I would not be mad, man. Good games are good games. I'd be happy to cast another one. And this has been a really eventful series. I mean, these are not boring games, right? And by no means are they hard stomps. You've already seen us swing in this game that maybe was just unexpected. And you know, if Four Tops is to keep their playoff hopes alive, they are going to have to put in a swing of their own here. Now,
We do see a little tank.
about...
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say we do actually see a little bit of tankiness coming out of Mount Kai now. We got the demonic embrace, and it looks like he's starting to go towards some MR and armor in his build. So maybe less damage than we initially expected. Oh, negative damage onto Bear because of that Mountain Soul.
Jeez, yeah, Mountain Soul is just so powerful. Especially when you've stacked 3 Mountain Dragons already. W coming down from Echo, but you'd be foolish to try and engage on that fight. Baron Buff is just looking to push in that bot side turret. Maybe they can get some damage on it. But this Baron Buff has to be running out sometime soon.
It just
W, look, maybe. Joku Bremer's gonna get stunned by Guy Fieric. Stun's coming down from Quadratic and Swain. Ulti comes out from Guy Fieric, and because of that Baron Buff, negative damage and on both sides. I mean, just
yeah,
sort
that Mountain Soul just
fruitless
completely
effort.
negates everything Echo wants to be, right? He wants to be a burst, and if you can't even get through the shield, you can't burst someone down.
Absolutely. If you're well, let's see. If you're Four Tops, you're Guy Fieric, what are you saying to your team right now?
I need to steal Elder Dragon.
Alright, and then let's put yourself, obviously, Captain Kevin, one of our finals captains. What are you saying if you are GGEZ?
We're way ahead. They can't kill us through Mountain Soul. Just keep on doing what we're doing.
Fair enough. Elder is getting started. Guy Fieric posturing around the backside, probably looking for a hero steal. He's done it once this game. A huge poke damage there from Ezreal. Throwing down the W, and Gunji is going to just end any thought of that. It's going to have to be a hero play from somebody else. Red team has slain the dragon. Could this be the end? Garfield Juice is going to flash over the wall. Hodor Nation is getting chased out. Will he be far enough away? Joku Bremer is charging down. Smite coming down on Hodor Nation. Hodor Nation is going to go down. Necro Guy trying to escape. Cassiopeia is not going to let that happen. That is going to be a Coach Eggboy kill, and he is legendary. 8-0-10, 7-0-10 for Cassiopeia and Ezreal, respectively. GG types coming out in chat, and that looks like it could be the end of this series. GGEZ with an incredible turnaround. Lots of damage from the Tristana. Tristana saying not yet. Joku Bremer taking a turret shot. Heal coming down from Gunji. Maybe a little bit of hope here, but that Ezreal damage on turret is just a lot. Flash there from Coach Eggboy looking. He's going to get another kill down, but the Resurrection is going to come up on a Guardian Angel, I believe. Joku Bremer putting in the work in the middle there. Tristana Bomb is on top of him. Coach Eggboy is looking to finish this game, hitting the Nexus. Joku Bremer does not take the death, and that is it. Your finals is set. GGEZ. Gank these nuts. In your PMA LCS lower league final. Exciting games, exciting series.
Oh, Ezreal
incredible performance.
With a lot more damage than Cassio. I guess that's not a surprise. Man, that build is just broken.
That build is broken. I mean, like, Kunji did an incredible job on the champion, and I mean his positioning was flawless in that game. I mean, flawless. So many of those fights where you think, oh geez, here we go, this is the turnaround, and then Ezreal just gets an E and suddenly, like, wait a minute, what's happening? Kudos to the front line of that team. I mean, also, you know, before we get into it, and we're gonna end up having a series MVP, and we're gonna get to talk to some of the guys that made this game happen. Kudos to Four Tops. I mean, excellent attempt. You cannot fault them for the effort they put into these matches. They fought tooth and nail to the very end. Exactly what you expect from the #1 seed going into these playoffs. But GGEZ, their improbable run to the finals is almost complete, but they've got one more enemy to get through, and that is the real villains, Flydrate and Gank these nuts. Funny that you're here, Kevin. It's like it was meant to be.
Oh, ooh, go ahead. Show the Ezreal Dragon Steel. I'll make a MVP poll.
MVP poll? Can I just name the whole team MVP? MVP goes to GGEZ for having Mentals of the Saint and the macro of God.
Oh.
Oh, I'm watching it on the Twitch stream. Well, I lost all my channel points there, boys. No worries, though. Tamb King won. I repeat, Tamb King won. He said,
become
"Give me them
Diamond
points."
Hands Tambo again.
Diamond Hands Tambo. That win.
Got this made. 1v3s in my jungle made me cry. I believe that. But I think we should talk about the series MVP pool.
I am just drained. It's hard to pick a series MVP because I think what made the difference in this series was like the team play. I mean, I remember when we played Four Tops in like week 1 or week 2. And so help me God, I nearly wanted to off myself because their ADC took teleport. But that is an embodiment of what that team is. I mean, and it's the same with GGEZ. If they do anything, they are doing it as a group, right? And that's what this game was. I mean, I don't even remember a solo bolo in that. I don't think there was a solo bolo all series, right? So
I do
it's
want to
hard to
say
pick an MVP.
that I think it comes down to Gunji and Eggboy.
Agreed.
I think the other 3 players played their role very well. But as I said in the midway point of the second game, the carries are carrying. I think Eggboy did just a little bit more in the first game with the 6 Seraphine ults. So I think that's what it locks Eggboy into the series MVP for me. Again, not to say that. Oh, go ahead.
God, you're gonna hear my bias come out so hard here, and I don't care. I see it in chat, man. Joe Cool had a hell of a series. Both games played excellently, and we had this conversation in Upper League about draft diff and flesh, and how it is just as important to enable your carries to do what they're doing. And part of what made the carries so great in those 2 games was the fact that they went untouched. Right? Like Gunji and Cass got to go wherever they wanted to go. And I think a lot of that is on Joe Coolbremer. And I think credit is due where it's due. He will get my vote for MVP. That might be biased. Yeah, as I see you type it in chat, you jabron. But
I was talking
that
about the
is
Volibear pick.
that. Oh yeah, I did confess I was biased about Volibear. But Joe Cool played an absolutely amazing series. I was thoroughly impressed. And he gets my vote. I just thought his performance on Rel both games was incredible. Enabled both of those guys to do exactly what they want. I think at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what champ those guys picked. The way the team played around them, it was a phenomenal performance on their part.
It is still close. So I say we give it till 135 and then close it there. It's within 1 vote right now, so that's why I don't want it. I want everyone to be able to get their votes in still.
Excuse me, why does it say I've already voted on this poll? I didn't vote on this poll already.
Did
Liar.
Tambo vote? Did Tambo vote on it on your
Go home.
I don't know. Tambo's in the living room.
Still not.
Yeah.
Is he
So
watching it on my stream?
No, if he's on your same internet connection, you can only do 1 per internet connection.
Yeah, Tambo already voted. Tambo, you better have voted for Joe Cool. Or else you're being dishonest. You're not voting the way my IP wants you to vote. While we wait for this to come through, talk about funny IP addresses. My IP is it burns when IP. So Just thought you guys wanted to know that. I am Gert. Caster's biased against Volibear. Gets perfect game on the champ. Volley sucks. Wah. It's not that Volley sucks. I just think he's boring, man. Like champ is boring. Like kudos to Gerber. Played a great game, but like just boring. Yeah, I should get that checked out, Joe Cool, for sure. That's probably why I keep DCing from all of these games. I probably have like internet STDs. Volibear is interactive and skill expressive. Changed my mind. Yeah, so is Yumi.
We haven't had
I get
vote.
it.
We haven't had a vote change in the MVP pool. I think we gotta go to Joe Cool.
I'm gonna give it to Joe Cool. Yeah, I unanimously give it to Joe Cool. Excellent games from Joe Cool Bremer. Well deserved. Get your ass in the player of the game. I want to talk to you, buddy. There we go. There's Dan. What is up, Joe Cool Bremer?
God. Okay.
God, the man, the myth, the legend. Dude, I don't even mean this as a meme because I'm sure plenty of people meme all the time, but you played excellently this series. I was
Thank you
so
so
thoroughly
much.
impressed with your rel play. And I mean, that is not really saying much because I'm a silver shitter, but you played excellently. I was really impressed, and you should be really proud of that performance.
For it being a champ that we literally, the game that we needed to get into playoffs, in the back corner of my mind, I was like, fuck, what have I been doing this entire series? I play Rel. And like it meshed in that game, and it has just been, it's meshed with every team that we've put together so far. So I'm so glad that I've been able to, do my job as the support and let my carries pop off. That is the best games I could ask for.
It feels good, man.
Yeah. So look, I got a couple of questions for you guys, and then we'll see what chat wants to do, and maybe what Kevin and maybe Dan want to chime in. But I've definitely got a couple of things I want to ask. Gucci, I don't know how well. I mean, we're not super close as friends, but one things that I love to do is watch film, right? And I love watching VODs, and I love watching the other teams play. And one of the things that I've picked up on all year that I've loved about your team is just how far you guys have come. I think week to week, we're seeing such improvement from each and every one of your players. I think, obviously Joe Cool's had an amazing season and has grown so much. I think, at your position, you have been a stalwart. I think you've seen excellent jungle play, continuing to get better. And honestly, kudos to Gare Bear's mental in that game, because I think if what had happened in the first 10 minutes of that game happened to me, I would have put my fist through my screen and screamed for my mommy. So I mean, just excellent play. I mean, Evan continuing to be stellar on his picks. And obviously the adversity you guys have faced in mid lane, you just continue to grow. What do you attribute that success to? Because that's not just something that happens, right? It takes some kind of force.
I think it's just like now we've actually had like consistency for the past couple of weeks of like the same lineup, which helps. We love Alec, but like what happened was like super tragic, and like we've just had like mid lane like flopping in and out just like all season. So like the past like 3 weeks, we've literally had like the same lineup. We know we're gonna have the same lineup, so like that's helped out a lot in planning. And honestly, our mental is just so unbreakable. It's not even funny. Like I literally got like hard camped, hex flashed on, like just absolutely dumpstered game one for like the first like 12 minutes. And the whole time I was sitting there, I was like, they're not doing anything with it. I'm Jinx. I get the 2 items. I'm gonna be stronger. I'm gonna outscale. The game's easy. I was like literally just talking myself up like all like the whole time. I was like 1-4 at one point, like at least like 3 waves down. Like I felt like I was like 5 kills ahead. And it's been like that for like the past like 3 weeks. Like it's nuts. Like our whole team has just been like that. Even Garrett in game 2, like with like he kind of got the same treatment I got game 1, and he was just like in the same mental of just like, oh my god, we're gonna win this game. Just like even every time he died, he's like, we're gonna win the game. So like it's like our mental is, I'd say, like out of every team, including my collegiate team, that's like much higher ranked than this team. This is the best mental I've ever seen on a single team, period. Like hands down, no comparison. It is nuts.
Yeah. My other question before we start looking at chats for Joe Cool. Obviously, you and I had a couple of conversations about this at the beginning of the season when we were first talking, and I was looking at drafting my team. And one of the things that always struck me about you is that you're always willing to learn. What has it been like laning with a coach? What has it been like laning with Gunji and learning from one of the better macro minds in the game? We talked about it at the beginning of this series, how important macro was going to be in these series, right? You have a macro juggernaut in four tops and a macro juggernaut in you guys in GGEZ. So what's that been like? What's that been like laning with Gunji?
I mentioned to Alex after game 1 the fact that he has ruined my ability to play with bronze ADCs anymore because I love this man so much in the fact that it was really weird coming on to obviously last pick of the draft, first split ever. Thrown onto a team of people that I think the only person I knew going into the split was Evan just a little bit. And to immediately get to be surrounded by not only laning with Alex, but then having basically 4 support mains that are playing different roles, just every step of the game, every game that we're in, giving me pointers, feeding me knowledge about the game, things that I can do to get better, putting in the time outside of our games to make sure that I understand what my job is and what I can concretely focus on in the next game. And Alex has been a huge part of making sure that I feel like I have a place in this community, being, so young and so late in the draft. And immediately scooping me up and being like, let's fucking go. Like, I think the first couple weeks I was in, he said, you know what, by the end of this, people are going to be scratching their heads like, where the hell is this Joe Cool coming from? Like, why did we look over him while we were in draft? And I really can't say that I became the player I am today without referencing the fact that my team has just carried me there. So I appreciate everything that not only Alex has done, but the whole team.
Yeah, I'm a little verklempt over here. But you said something in there that I thought was pretty interesting. You said, the people are gonna sleep, or the people are gonna think that I went at the wrong time in this draft. And honestly, I don't think that is that could be any more wrong. You ended up exactly where you needed to be.
I'm
It doesn't
very
matter where you
grateful
were
to be
picked.
where I am. Yeah,
Doesn't matter if your last pick or first pick, you ended up in the finals, which is something that the majority of this league can't say. So that is incredibly impressive. One last thing, because we did something emotional, and I cannot stand for the last thing I said to be emotional. Gunji, I'm currently looking at your skins for Ezreal, and if I see you play Nottingham Ezreal one more time, I'm gonna drive to wherever you are and rip your freaking head off. If I buy you Debonair Ezreal and you play it next week, will you play Debonair Ezreal?
I mean, I'll play it absolutely. I have like a bunch of Ezreal skins, but I was talking with like a lot of my collegiate players, including my ADC who plays Ezreal, and like a lot of pro Ezreal players and like high elo, like whether collegiate, amateur, whatever. A lot of them prefer like the lower cost skins, which like Debonair is like one of them. So like that's one of them. But like most of them play like Nottingham or Frosted. Like you see like never Pulsefire, you see never Battle Academia, and I don't know what it is, but like it's just like it feels like 90 bajillion times better than like any of like the more expensive skins. That's just like Frosted or like Debonair's up there, Nottingham, like any of the cheap like 520 or just even base skin. It just feels so good, even better than Arcade. Egg, don't come at me with that. Don't come at me with that. It's so just the 520 skins on Ezra. It just feels so clean, and it just feels like you have more control over everything. So.
You're
But if
right,
you
and you just
listen, if you buy it from me, I'll play it. I don't care.
you just got Debonair Ezreal in your inbox, because if I see that skin one more time, I'm gonna rip my hair out. So any more questions from chat before we close it out here? Kevin, if you've got anything, Dan, whatever it is. Chat? I see it's just Eggboy telling us memes or things.
Striker Ezreal also good. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. Oh, Eggboy has a question for Joko. Weren't you just in chat with him for like 3 hours, homie?
yeah.
Ask your question, Eggboy. I'm trying to go play some solo queue.
I'm trying to go to bed.
How does it feel to use your? Okay, that's it, guys. It's been an amazing stream. I'm so happy to have every single one of you except Eggboy here. From all of us at PMA LCS except Eggboy, thank you. Have a wonderful night and stay classy, San Diego.